All right, folks, work with me here. Work with me. Work with me. I've got to send Josh a couple pictures, okay? So work with me. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Josh, tell them how to get in touch with the show. There you go. You can always text me at that phone number. You can text me at that phone number. And Josh, I don't know if I've sent some duplicates, all right, as a number. But I want the baseball ones up first. You're going to see, okay? Go through and get all them ASAP, all right? If you could. Yeah, folks, look, if you ever want to contact the show, there it is on the screen. Josh showed it to you. Trying to get ready on the fly. Listen, I got a little behind this morning. Want to say a quick thank you on yesterday's show. Overwhelming response. Colby decided to, hey, it's freedom of speech. Colby decided to continue the debate off the air with several of our viewers. I tell you what, you go to Facebook and you find my post yesterday morning and you find a couple of the posts. Wow, Josh, they debated all day yesterday. Now, I did get Drew. I don't know if you're watching. I won't give you full name. I did get your messages. I thought they deserve a response. Now, just so I talk to the audience, I do not, BKP here, I do not go home and sit on Facebook and respond to every comment. Now, my name was used. The interview was discussed, went back and forth yesterday. I do want you to know I appreciate it and I don't ignore those. If you send me a direct email on Chief and you say something, I do try to go through in the afternoon and respond to emails, okay? But just to comment on Facebook, I don't get time. I actually have a full-time job at 10 o'clock. I'm going to interview today two football coaches, head football coaches in two different states. I'm going to two states today, probably 100 miles apart, and interview two head football coaches. So I have another life out here other than just being, white, 50-something, Republican, support Donald Trump racist. I've got other things to do. I can't just be a racist 24/7. I have to back away and do my day job. So that being said, all that cut. Now, Josh, do me a favor, okay? When we get done here, okay, let's talk about, are we ready with the baseball pictures? I just sent them to you. There's two emails. It's the second one I sent you, not the first one. All right, well, maybe I sent it to myself. Sometimes, folks, sometimes I'm send Josh emails and I ask him why he doesn't have them, and then I find out I actually sent them to myself. Whoa. All right, so now, Josh, we're going to talk baseball just a minute. I'm not getting sidetracked. We're not doing the sports. I just want to ask some questions out here, okay? When we talk about this, Josh, I do want you to get involved, all right? So Josh didn't know this segment was coming up, so it's not his fault, but I want you to get involved. All right, and I want the audience to be able to hear you. We got it set up to where he could talk in my ear and just tell me things going on, help me pronounce words, or you can hear Josh. So, are you ready, Josh? All right, well, let's start the conversation. If you have number 16, put it up. Almost. I have a question, Josh. Do you think the baseball is juiced? Yes or no?
Yes, I think there's something different about it.
So, right?
Yep. Which number did you want?
16. All right. 3-year-old boy struck by foul ball at Major League Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not, look, let's just go here. Now let's go to, if you have number 17. And this is, what's his last name from the Cleveland Indians? Francisco what? Lindor?
Lindor, yep.
He is the one that hit that foul ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
It struck that 3-year-old kid. All right? He jacked it. All right? Now, on baseball, folks, I know what a rip is. You know, I know when a guy rips it, period, okay? I know what a nice, clean home run is. I know what a shot down the third. I know what a pop foul, okay? Now, let me just say this. Baseball used to have, to me, a lot of pop fouls. Now, when we were kids, let's go to number 18. This is him here, a 3-year-old boy struck by foul ball at Major League Park. All right? And then let's go to number 19, right here. Be alert, objects may leave the playing field, number 19. Go with number 20. This is him up to bat. Now, I have gone to, we just use 100. We'll take 100, okay? Ain't no reason to go back and forth. I have gone to 100 Major League Baseball games. I've been fortunate in my lifetime to attend multiple World Series games. Thank you, God. Been to them. I have been fortunate in my life to be able to go to several American League Championship games. Sorry, National League fans. Let's not go there today. But I remember going to see the Yankees and the Texas Rangers back when Pudge Rodriguez was behind the plate for the Rangers. But I have been blessed to get the opportunity to go see several Major League American League Championship games. I've had the opportunity to go see several division championship games. I've had the opportunity just to go be in the stands in the regular season. I had a chance one time. I got to sit, okay? Josh, I went to Camden Yards one time. I got tickets, a long story, I won't bore you. So I went to Camden Yards. I did a lot of work for the general contractors where the Baltimore Orioles play. All right? And the general contractor that built Camden Yards gave myself and gave us 4 tickets, their seats. And over on the third base side, Josh, okay, where the netting ends, okay?
Yep.
Now this is back 20 years ago when they just built Camden Yards, where the netting ends. The Baltimore Orioles used to, I don't know if they do now on account of danger, used to have a stool there, and they used to have the old guy in the little derby with an white shirt and an orange string bow tie, white, orange, black, orange string, white guy, older guys, right? They put the older guys there, and they put them on a little stool. I mean, they were in play, and they would get foul balls and stuff. So I'll never forget the nettings here, and the first 4 seats, the walls here, and we're here, and the guy actually in a little bow tie turns around, and he looks at the 4 of us, and he said, "Who do you know to get these seats?" Now, they're right here. I mean, they're in broken bat, they're a foul ball, everything. I mean, they're right there. Who do you know to get these seats? I survived those. I survived those seats, that 9-inning game. I'll never forget, I had tickets, too long to tell you where I get them, on the third base dugout side. From the batter walk-up circle, warm-up circle, 4 rows back. 4 rows back. Circles here, right? Circles here. 4 rows back at Yankee Stadium. From behind the net. There's no net. We're sitting 4 rows back and watching Bo Jackson with the Kansas City Royals come up in there and swing the bat. I survived that game. I took my son, 3 years old. He's sitting next to me in that seat. My son, 3 years old, he's standing up there saying, Josh, he was yelling. Do you remember the campaign, Bo Knows, Diddley? Well, that campaign was real popular at that time. So Bo Jackson comes out. We're 4 seats back. You got all these obnoxious Yankee fans yelling at him. And I'm hearing them, and next thing you know, I hear this little kid yelling at him. And I look over, it's my son. He's like, I think maybe he's going on 4 years old, and he's yelling, Bo knows nothing, Bo knows. And then he repeated an obnoxious Yankee fan. Sorry to say that. I was not the obnoxious Yankee fan. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, yo, mister, you sit back down in that seat. But he lived. He had his baseball glove. I had mine when I went as a kid. I used to go, now this is getting boring, but one of the greatest games I ever went to in my life, World Series, everything, is my dad took us, and I say this emotionally, because my dad is dying. It's something that happens. And my dad took us to Shea Stadium, Josh. And I got to watch Tom Seaver on the mound for the Mets and Steve Carlton on the hill for the Phillies.
Wow.
As a little boy. Greatest game I ever went to, man. And back then, I guess they don't do it now because what if a guy only gets 3 strikeouts and they hang up KKK?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be nice, right? But back then at Shea Stadium, when the Mets played and Tom Seaver, right, is pitching and he would strike somebody, they'd have up there in the mezzanine level on that rail, a K would flip out. And then you'd have 2, then you have 3, and we count the K. I remember that day, it was amazing. But that's it. Now, Josh, we started this with you telling me you think the ball is juiced. I believe the ball is juiced. I believe these guys, and I understand a broken bat is sad, but I believe these guys are ripping that ball so fast that it's virtually impossible for fans to pay that much attention maybe, or maybe fans aren't paying attention. I don't know. Do you agree, this is the second question for you, with the Major League extending the netting? Now, it's been hundreds of years. I mean, we go back in the 1900s where, we've played baseball for, 200 years now, publicly? Mm-hmm. Do you agree with extending the netting clear to the end, to the foul pole on both sides?
I might be in the minority, but I don't agree with it. I think the risk you're taking when you get those seats. If you can't pay attention or don't feel like you can defend yourself, you should sit somewhere else.
So if you're just the casual, now I have friends, you do too. I'm going to throw her name out because I love her to death. Buddy, you send Jesse or Carla to a Braves game, mm-hmm. They're paying attention, right? Yeah. they like their Braves. You and I both know that, buddy. When it comes to Jesse and Carla, you too. You guys go to the game, you pay attention. Now, I want to ask you one more question because you take your little nephew to a lot of baseball games. You love the little guy and you throw him in the car and you can't wait to get your little nephew to a baseball game, correct?
Yeah, we were there Sunday.
Right. So when it says 3-year-old boy struck by foul ball, you have taken your nephew at 3 years old, right? Mm-hmm. You've taken him at 4 years old. He's
5 now.
He's 5.
Yeah.
But do you pay attention for him? Like I know he likes baseball, but the reality is if you're 4 or 5, you're 4 or 5.
Right. At that age, he can catch a ball, but he can't catch one coming at him 100 miles an hour.
So when you go and you take him, do you put on I'm going to pay extra attention because I've got my nephew and if it comes this way, it's not going to hit him?
Right. He knows what's going to happen. I'm always closest to home plate no matter where we're sitting at, which our season tickets are right on the front row, right at third base. So a lot of balls come our way. And I'm going to be sitting closest to home plate, and he knows that if a ball comes, that I'm immediately getting in front of him and ready to stop anything coming at him. And he knows that's going to happen. We pay attention. We don't goof off. We don't get on phones. That's part of the risk of sitting that close.
Whoa. Hold the brakes, because I was wondering, that's where I was going, how long before we said, how about before the netting in the bottom lower areas, the parks prohibit cell phone use?
Yeah,
Now, wait a minute. So what I'm getting at is I'm the old guy in the room, right? I'm the old guy in the room. So what I'm getting at is I talked to you about, I took my son. I had good tickets many times. I survived. Now I did see a foul ball, and whoa, that little kid's gonna have a shiner in the morning. I got that. But what I used to see on foul balls is, I'm gonna say dads. I know we're using genders here. But I used to see dads like, boom, oh man, protect your kid, or you got your glove on, or maybe kids should have to know how to catch a ball before they go to the park. That being said, Josh, all I'm saying is I survived 100 games. How did I survive? What is the problem here? A, the ball is juiced. 2, back in the day, we did not take these things and sit down there and text our friends and text, now, was a 3-year-old texting? No. Was maybe mom and dad next to him, or the uncle texting?
Likely.
Maybe. Maybe they didn't see that ball coming 120 miles an hour to smash that kid in the head, and they were on there posting, look at my seats at the game.
Yeah, too many people are busy checking in and letting everybody know where they're at instead of paying attention.
All right, last, and I'll end this segment. And the reason I say this, I know there's other things out there. This is the Mueller report, and there's the debt ceiling, and I understand this, but this is baseball. One more thing. When you go, okay, do you see a lot of people on their smartphones when they should be paying attention?
Yeah, I see more people on phones than I do watching the game and knowing what's happening. I mean, the people around me are like, what's the score again? And, I mean, they don't ever know what's happening.
There you go, folks. 1, ball is juiced, period. It is popping out of the park. It is going 300, I'm my joke, all right? It's going 150 mile an hour.
Most exit velocities are like around 110 max.
Is it 110?
Yeah, but that's max. So a lot of them are 80 to 100.
Yeah, but I'm not going to call it. Your foul balls used to be in large numbers. Your foul balls used to be more of pop-ups. All right, so I'm not going to say, well, now the ball, but I think, 1, you start with the balls juiced. You don't have the foul pop-ups like you used to because the ball wasn't juiced. 2, when you don't have, you have broken bats. You've always had broken bats, but due to the velocity of the ball, things have changed. 4, they're ripping the hell out of this thing more times than you can believe, and it is coming like, where maybe it used to 3 times a game, it's coming 8 or 9. I don't know. I'm throwing out things. I'm not calling them statistics, so don't fact check me. But last but not least, you're taking kids 3 years old to games. Now let me say this. Put this damn thing down. So before the baseball commissioner comes out and says, you know what? We're going to put netting all the way down. I didn't show up and get my seat. On the rail there, to have netting all the way down.
Yeah, I don't want to watch a game through a net.
Right.
Well, too, something you haven't mentioned, there's a lot of fan interaction with players, too, and that can't happen. There's all those great viral videos of players coming over and giving them their bat or their cleats or something after a game, and you can't fit that stuff through mesh netting. Oh,
that's a good point. It actually separates the fan and the player.
Yeah, kids can't get their autographs. And
I like it, Josh. Good move. Good move. We have all the reasons, but I'm going to tell you something. Major League Baseball banned the use of these on the lower level. Well, what if they have to call 911? What if somebody texts them and says, hey, I'm just saying. I'm your host, BKP. Take a short break because we're going to come back. That's my opinion on Major League Baseball. No netting all the way out. Unjuice the balls. Squeeze the juice out of that damn baseball and quit doing things to try to make baseball better, more exciting. Look, if a pitcher pitches 9 innings and you say, hey, that is boring. Let me tell you, there was a time America loved to watch baseball with a real baseball, real batter, real pitcher. Take a break.